Happy Frugal Friday, friends! Today's video is brought to you for two reasons. One, you asked for it. And secondly, have you watched The Good Place yet on Netflix? Hey guys, it's Kate. Welcome back. I have a lot of you who are very frugal and have some savings goals that they're reaching toward. And many of you ask, how do you stay motivated? How do you stay thinking, eyes on the prize? How do you keep focused and how do you keep determined to keep striving for your financial goals, and how do you stay with it for an extended period of time? As always, I will be so real with you guys. It's not easy. No. And I wonder sometimes, even my friends that see me, they're like, oh, well, that's easy for you because you're into frugality. No, it's not easy for me. It's a habit now that I've made, but I wouldn't say it's easy, and I wouldn't say I am 100% all the time, but I do have some goals, and when I focus on those goals and I think about what I want in the long run, I'm able to make the sacrifices now for the greater good. I am constantly trapped between hashtag frugal living and hashtag YOLO. Do you guys know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes don't you just want to go wild? You've got the money in your savings, like just spend it on something crazy. And I don't ever, but sometimes I want to. So today I want to talk to you guys, the people that are into saving and into frugal living and possibly into a frugal, minimalistic perspective. Some of you are maximalists and you're watching this and you think totally differently about money. But I'm going to talk today about how I navigate between really wanting to go crazy with the spending and how I curb it and how I keep going in this way when really I could go a little while. The biggest thing that I want you to know, coming from me to you, is that if you've been watching me for a while, you know I practice frugality, but I'm not the most frugal person in the world. In a video recently, I mentioned I consider myself contemporary frugal. So what that means to me in 2019, coming from Kate, is what my main motivation of being frugal is to skimp where I don't need to spend the money so that I have more money to spend on the things that matter to me. So that doesn't mean I will ever shame you in the comments when you're telling me you're saving for this and you want to spend it, or you're telling me you spend money on Starbucks twice a day. I'm never going to tell you you can't get Starbucks twice a day, but you've got to find another spot where you can go less on something that doesn't matter to you so that you have the money for the things that do matter to you. Now, obviously, I'm using Starbucks as a real minor example, but my whole point is you can do this however you want. And please don't ever, when you're reading the comments, don't ever jump in and shame somebody of what their thing is that they're spending it on, because that's their priority. And you're never going to hear me tell you what your priority should be, because we're all different. And we all have things in life that make us tick that are different. And I want you to have the funds to fund the things that do make you excited, that do thrill you, that delight you. You know what I mean? So you ask, how do I stay motivated? Well, a very great method that I use for me is called the Kate method. And I have a video here that I will link. That's how I save money every month using the Kate method. In short, the K stands for keep focus, the A stands for adjust, the T stands for track, and the E stands for eliminate. For more on that, please check out that video because I go in more depth of how I stay focused and how I kind of construct my life around those things that make my life more laser focused and remember what it is that I'm reaching for. No matter what your situation is, you guys know mine is I am a single parent, and I always say with lots of jobs, and finding a balance of being able to be there fully for my son, to be able to make enough money to support us, and to enjoy my life is a balance. And it is for all of you, no matter what your situation is. But I'm going to encourage you to think hard about what it is that you want and then make the plan to get it and get rid of all the stuff that keeps you distracted and keeps you away from what you really want. So why did I mention The Good Place? If you have seen The Good Place, can you please let me know in the comments? Yes, I've seen The Good Place. No, I haven't, but I will after this. Let me know. Have you seen The Good Place? Do you like it? Did it resonate with you in any way? It's with Kristen Bell, cute little blonde, and she dies and shows up in The Good Place. And it's just, if you think about, I think everyone thinks about, like, if I died tomorrow, am I happy with the life that I'm living now? If I died tomorrow, would I be proud of the life that I lived? When this girl dies, she is forced to look at some of the things that she was doing, and some of it is not good. Most of it for her is not good. And the way she passes away is so sudden, it's abrupt, and I mean, stuff like this happens all the time, and I'm trying not to be morbid, but like, you must think about this. Do you guys think about this sometimes? I think about it all the time. Like, if something happened right now, like, what am I leaving behind? And also, would I be satisfied looking back on what I've done? Constantly trapped between frugal living now and YOLO. If I were to die tomorrow, I'd be very proud of many things, but I would feel very, what's the word? Like I could have done a lot more. And even though I make strides in certain directions, and I would think that if it was tomorrow that I was no longer, I would be pretty bummed out, because there's a lot of stuff I still want to do, and some of that requires money. So I think that right now, I feel like I've been in a saving mode for a very long time. Well, for at least since 2015. So we got 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 5 years of preparing and frugal living. And that's going to be a way that I live my whole life, I'm sure. But I want to have enough saved so that I can go wild later. But how much later do you have? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you guys think about this, or am I the only one? Have you guys ever seen the movie Alfie? It's with Jude Law. Really close to the beginning, he says he's talking about his modest expenses because he has no interest in being the richest stiff in the cemetery. I just love that, right? Like the whole you can't take it with you thing. Constantly trapped between frugal living and YOLO. By the way, if you're watching this and you don't know what YOLO means, it means you only live once. You only live once. A little while back, YOLO was a big thing that people said, not so much in 2019, but I think about it all the time, as you can tell. You only live once. Thinking about that, you think you want to really cash in on all that you can while you're here, and you want to leave the best impact. Impact is my word of 2019. Going pretty well so far. When you're watching this, we'll be close to or if possibly surpassed 9,000 subscribers here on the Kaden channel. And I'm so grateful for you guys that we all come together to talk about these common interests that we have. And I hope that this video is even helpful to you today, thinking about how you want to live your life moving forward. Frugal living, in my opinion, helps you focus on the things that you want more than the things that you probably just spend money on out of habit. We've talked about the Target example. You go to Target for laundry detergent and $200 later you come out with what, you know? And if you would have just invested that $190 that you weren't intending to spend, you'd have a lot more later, you know? Like, that's not the stuff to be spending the money on frivolous stuff that you don't really need. Right now, I struggle a little bit. You guys know I rent. My grandmother lives upstairs and me and Kaden live downstairs, and part of why I stay here is so that it kind of helps her. And then partly I stay here because it's affordable, and partly I stay here because this house has been in our family for so long and it just feels homey. There's a lot of kind of complicated layers with all of that, but sometimes I wonder, should I just bite the bullet and just buy a house in Kate fashion, which means really like plot it out for a long time, because YOLO. What am I waiting for? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's, but I know what I'm waiting for. I want the perfect financial storm in place. I want to make sure I'm not house poor. I want to make sure when we move into a new house someday that I'm not suddenly financially stressed, because as you all know, financial stress is some of the worst stress you can endure. And so I don't ever want to put me and Kaden in that position. So that's why I haven't yet. But if I were to go tomorrow, would I have wished I'd gotten a house just for me and Kaden? Probably. But that doesn't mean that I will, because I know better. And I have a very hard time being irresponsible with money when I know better. And now some of you might say, actually it'd be more responsible for you to invest in a home because then you are a homeowner and all the things that come with that. I think about it a lot. So that's where I'm at with the house thing. I'm constantly trapped between doing what I think is the right thing for many reasons. If you just heard what I said, there's like many layers with that. And then YOLO. The car example, I think you guys know, if you're watching me or have been for a little bit, I paid off my car in January, and I haven't had a car payment since then. And that's like $300 in my pocket every month that I didn't have before. And that was like a big goal that I set out to reach. And if I hadn't been practicing frugality, there's no way I could have done that as a single parent. There's no way. If I hadn't really buckled down and like laser focused that wouldn't have happened. I'd still be paying that. And actually, that's a really big accomplishment for me. And sometimes I laugh because I'm like, that's your big financial accomplishment. It's paying off $20,000 for a car. And then I think like there's other things I could have done with that. But I'll tell you, for us to have safe transportation every single day throughout the winter with no car payment, oh, so grateful. It's been really a huge relief. So that's another reason why you might want to reach for a goal. It's weight off your shoulders. My brother is a Disney fanatic, or I guess you could say a Disney enthusiast. He is in his 40s, but around Disney, him and we act like we're much younger than that when it comes to that, because we love Disney, but he loves Disney and he goes every single year. He is a single guy with no kids and, no responsibility as far as an obligation to anyone else. He's got 3 cats, but my parents help out with that while he's gone. And every year he's like, you want to go? And we've only gone one time in 2017. You know, it was a really, really great trip. But every year, I mean, it's another opportunity to go. And a lot of people go on vacations every year. But I have not gone on a vacation since 2017. And prior to that, I hadn't gone on a vacation since like 2007. Oh, great. So I'm averaging a vacation like every 10 years. Constantly trapped between frugal living and YOLO. Do you guys vacation every year? Let me know. Like, what's your, do you plan for it? Do you do something every single year that you know you're going to do? Let me know in the comments. Is vacation a priority of yours, or are you more of a stay-at-home type of person? Like me, apparently. I just go out once per decade. I'm laughing at myself, but at the same time, guys, it has allowed us to not be financially stressed. I don't go to bed at night worrying about money. I think about it a lot. Obviously, I have a channel that's surrounded by the whole concept, but I'm not stressed about it because I have worked my tail off to save an emergency fund and to have a cushion so that I'm always prepared. And again, like I said at the beginning of this video, that's not always fun, but it is comforting to know that you're prepared. I am very confident that all this hard work and savings is going to pay off. I am very confident. I know that in the grand scheme of things, whatever you believe in, God, universe, that things are aligning and things are going to be really great down the road here, provided the good place scenario is not in my future. No, really, I feel very confident that all this hard work's going to pay off. But I also want you to remember that you don't have to be frugal in every single pocket of everything. You're saving, if you're like me, for the things that you really want to spend on. So it doesn't mean you can never spend money. It means you're gonna spend the money on the things that matter to you, the things you prioritize, the things that make you tick, not the little petty stuff that you could have thought smarter on and not spent the money when you really didn't need to. So Kaden, if I were to ask you if you could spend your money on anything in the world, what would you spend it on?
Every single toy that I like.
Every single toy that you like. That's what you would like to get?
Yeah.
Anything specific?
Maybe like
a rescue runt?
Yeah.
A rescue runt is this little toy that we found at Walmart. Will you go get it?
Yeah.
This is a rescue runt. And you can put little stickers on it to decorate its little house. But you rescue it.
Yeah, in a cage. And I got a monkey inside.
What other animals were there?
I'll go get the checklist. I'll be right back.
There's always a checklist.
Look at all of that you can get. There's so many things you can get.
Little instructions and all the kinds that you can get.
And I got this one right here.
Bam. Shameless plug. If you haven't watched Kaden's Toys yet, do you want them to subscribe?
Yeah.
I'll leave a link below.
I'll help you, little buddy.
Rescued?
Yeah.
you've forgotten why you're doing this at all, just remind yourself, what do you want most of all? Remember that trying to impress people is probably not the best reason to buy that car you can't afford. Trying to impress your girlfriends that, you know, you can hang with Louis Vuitton and whatnot, fancy bags and jewelry and clothes and shoes. What does that really do? I've said it before, I'll say it again. That's not the thing that makes me real proud and excited. If you've ever seen, there's a video I did about my first birthday when I was a married woman, and I'll leave that up here. It's a live. It's probably a weird live because it was my first one, so there's a lot of interruptions. But I tell the story about the first time I got Tiffany jewelry for my birthday, and in the end, what a great disappointment it was. So if you want to watch that, check that out. Remember the things that get you excited about life, because life is not about going without. By living frugally, I think we have more because we're spending it on the things that matter to us. So if going out for a fancy dinner with your loved one is something you love to do, then don't go crazy at Target and go to dinner. If going on that vacation is the thing you love to do, then don't get the Starbucks every day and save that up for a vacation. Whatever it is that you want, you can have it. Just find the way to go less on the things that don't matter to you. So you have lots to put toward the things that do matter to you guys. And as I've been saying this whole time, I'm constantly trapped between frugal living and YOLO. Please let me know your thoughts below on this topic. How do you feel about that? Do you think about that? Or does frugal living come easy to you? Are you watching this and you have no care in the world about frugality? Probably not, or else you probably wouldn't watch me so much, but I don't know. People watch things for whatever reason. Let me know below, like, what your thoughts are between frugal living versus YOLO. I really want to know. Even though it appears I am pitting frugality versus YOLO, as I've said the whole time, in the end, I think it gives you the best of both worlds. And that's why I practice frugality, and that's why I'm able to have what I have. And do I have the most of everything? Of course not. But I'm so grateful, guys, for everything. When you become a single parent and you didn't expect to, you have no idea what's going to happen. And that doesn't just go for single parenthood. There's a lot of stuff that happens in this life, and you have to adjust. Back to the Kate method. If you didn't watch it, check it out. I am so grateful for having the tools to figure this out so that we can have what we do have. So, so grateful for all that we have. And again, when you are feeling like you are lacking, go back to gratitude and be thankful for every single thing you have. Every bed sheet, every piece of furniture, every dish that you get to eat off of, and mostly those that you love, your family, your friends. Focus on that. When you're starting to feel like you don't have enough, remember how much you have. Guys, I hope this video, I know this was probably super long, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it made you think, and I hope you have an amazing weekend. See you soon. See you next video. Bye. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed, I have a P.O. box now. Everyone was asking, do you have a P.O. box? I want to mail you something. I have one now. It's down below. And if you haven't joined my email list, I would love it if you would join my email list. I'll leave that down below too. Okay, I'm really going this time. Bye.